Hello, BookTube. I have some book mail for you today on a very sultry Thursday that is supposed to see the end of Boston's little heat wave. That's supposed to be over today, so the temperature on the street outside at 6:30 this morning, 80 degrees Fahrenheit, is projected to be the daytime high tomorrow. So 20 degrees almost lower than it is today. That would be nice, but it'd be nice mainly because of exercise. The Bean and I have not stretched our legs. We haven't got in our steps in the way that we like to. But mail has still come, and every once in a while I would steel myself and go down to the front porch, which is baking like a griddle, in order to retrieve it. So we have some books that are opened here, and then some packages that will open together. So the first one is Dusk by Robbie Arnott. This is a novel about two twins in Australia who decide to hunt a marauding mountain lion. It's been taking livestock and even shepherds. So there's a cash bounty on it, and they want to turn their fortunes around, so meager as they are. Let's see here. In the distant highlands, a puma named Dusk is killing shepherds. Down in the lowlands, twins Iris and Floyd are out of work, money, and friends. When they hear that a bounty has been placed on Dusk, they reluctantly decide to join the hunt. As they journey up into this wild, haunted country, they discover there's far more to the land and people of the highlands than they imagine. And as they close in on their prey, they're forced to reckon with conflicts both ancient and deeply personal. And this is by a young author. That is our author there. I started it. It's pretty lean storytelling, but pretty good. Then we have something from, I think, September. Yeah, this is from September. This is by Julia Kelly, and it is A Dark and Deadly Journey. Historical mystery, I think. Yeah, it's an Evelyn Redfern mystery. I don't know, though. I don't think I know that series, but you're curious to know if any of you do. After being sidelined for a pesky gunshot wound, typist turned field agent Evelyn Redfern is ready for her next assignment with Britain's secretive Special Investigations Unit. When a British intelligence informant in Portugal mysteriously disappears just after hinting that he has vital information about the Germans' plan that could tip the balance of World War II, she and her dashingly irksome partner David Poole are sent headed. Should be one of those two, right? You should be sent or are headed to Lisbon to find him. Oh God! Little feet of dramatics there. There you go. Let's see here. It gets pretty warm up on that seat of hers, so I don't blame her at all. Once they land, Evelyn and David aren't even able to leave the airport before she discovers one of their fellow airplane passengers murdered and uncovers a diary with a clear link between the victims and their missing informant. With their mission in jeopardy before it can even truly begin, the two fight to keep their cover intact as they descend deeper into the shadows that surround Lisbon's glittering collection of wealthy expats and dangerous spies. Okay, so what are the other books? Have there been many? A Betrayal at Blackthorn Park and A Traitor in Whitehall. Traitor in Whitehall sounds familiar. Well, anyway, those are two, and then the third one is a work of nonfiction. This is by Moody al-Rashid. This is Between Two Rivers, Ancient Mesopotamia and the Birth of History. What is this piece of paper that we've got here? This comes out in mid-August. With a Greek name translating to Between the Rivers, Mesopotamia is a magnificently fertile land between the Tigris and Euphrates, where written history began. Here, humanity's first cities emerged, the first wheel transformed agriculture and industry, and the earliest known writing system, cuneiform, developed and connected people with their past as never before. In this book, the author illuminates ancient Mesopotamia as the place where human beings first recorded their own lives, and where today we can close the, quote, vast gap between then and now, between here and there, between us and them, between you and me. Virtually all of my own travels in Mesopotamia have also included a way to separate you from your money. We find that our own anxieties today mirror those of 4,000 years ago. We still worry about our loved ones, look at the stars, love our dogs, and complain about homework. Okay, so August. Interesting sounding, rather slim history of Mesopotamia. What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? Come here. Come over here, baby. What are you doing? Come here. Come over here. Don't go down on the floor. Come over here. Come on. Come over here. Come on. There you go. Constantly have to tell her not to get down on the floor because she can't get back up again without a huge amount of fanfare and an act of Congress. I really need to get one of those doggy ramps, little ramps for little dogs, so they can just walk wherever they want to go. I've resisted doing that because I don't think she would like it, and B, it's a reluctant concession to the fact that she's getting older, and I don't want to concede that. So I haven't even looked into it, but I really should. But anyway, those are the books that some of the books that I already opened. There are quite a few books that I want to talk about in addition to these. I'll talk about them tomorrow for Friday Reads. So now we can open some packages. I know I couldn't help but notice when these were being brought up for me that quite a few of them are from W.W. Norton, which is my favorite publisher. Not this first one though. This first one is really not wanting to open. Oh, this is from Bloomsbury. Okay, what have we got here? Translated literature. This is The Midnight Shift by Cheon Sion Ran, translated by Jean Ping. Very evocative cover. This comes out in mid-August. And this is a best-selling Korean vampire novel. Any of you living in Korea? That has now been translated into English. So when was this a best-selling novel in Korea? 2021. Okay. Let's see here. When 4 elderly patients commit suicide consecutively in the same hospital, Detective Soo-yeon is one of the only one in her precinct that seems to care. Abandoned by their relatives in a sector of Incheon preparing for redevelopment, the patient's loneliness is deemed to cause and the case is dismissed by her colleagues. She doesn't have the privilege of looking away. Her friend Grandma Yunshim lives in the hospital's 6th floor, and Soo-yeon is terrified that something will happen to her next. She begins her investigation alone and runs into Violet, a self-proclaimed vampire hunter, at the crime scene. Violet is... what crime scene? Oh, I guess they all committed suicide. That's not a crime, though. And they did it consecutively, so how long did that take? Well, one death. I assume she goes to the hospital for... Violet is searching for her ex-lover Lily and insists that a vampire is behind the mysterious deaths. Soo-yeon remains skeptical until the 5th victim jumps from a window, and her investigation reveals the body completely drained of blood. So the two confront a darker, supernatural world in the shadows and come to terms with the fact that loneliness can make a monster out of anyone. Okay. All right. Okay, great. Well, I'm the back of the pub sheet here shows me a picture of the author and the translator. They both look like grade school students, but I imagine that's part and parcel of getting older. So that comes out in August. A translated best-selling vampire novel from Korea. As I've mentioned many times before, I love my job. So let's move on to this next one. What's next? Oh, very good. Oh, okay, great. We've already seen this, but this is great. Now I have the finished copy. This is also mid-August, so I'm beefing up my August shelf, which is good. I really need that. This is a new translation of Virgil's Aeneid by Scott McGill and Susanna Wright. We saw the advanced copy of this. This is the finished copy. Most well-known of all Roman poets, the Aeneid of poems, the Aeneid cemented Virgil's place in the classical canon alongside Homer. As the founding epic of Rome, the poem follows its hero Aeneas on a fated voyage out of the ruins of Troy to the promised land of Italy. Inspiring both Dante's Divine Comedy and John Milton's Paradise Lost, the Aeneid is a momentous extension of the epic tradition. Often regarded as a propaganda piece commissioned by Augustus himself, this first ever collaborative translation of the Aeneid into English offers a more humanistic interpretation. It's not your job to interpret, though. Pondering questions of land ownership and the true cost of war. Okay. All right. The translators approached the ancient epic with a sharp awareness of its contemporary resonances, mirroring Virgil's own eye toward the tumultuous beginnings of the Roman Empire. So Aeneas is going to visit his father in the underworld, and Anchises is going to say, "Free Palestine." With an insightful introduction by Emily Wilson, we'll see about that. We'll see about that. Aeneas' wife. We'll see about that. Known for her translations of Homeric epics, Emily Wilson hasn't done the Aeneid yet, right? I don't think she has. This stunning new work is the product of true collaboration. In each line, each word, and each syllable lies the fruit of a conversation, both with each other and with the text itself, using unrhymed iambic pentameter as an English analog to the original's dactylic hexameter. Carefully rendering the quirks of Virgil's Latin wordplay, rhythm, and idiom into English, the translators deliver a calculated and accessible iteration of this historic poem. I think we did this before when we got the advanced copy. Let us read together the famous opening line. The famous opening invocation to the muse for the Aeneid. Okay, you got a long introduction and a long translator's note and some maps showing the wanderings of Aeneas. Lots of maps, pages and pages of maps. That's good. Let's see here. Okay, book number 1. I sing of arms and of a man displaced by fate, the first to leave the coast of Troy for Italy and its Lavinian shores. The power of the gods and the vicious wrath of unforgetting Juno hurled him far across the sea and lands, and he endured still further pain in war, the price to found his city and install his gods in Latium. The Latin race, the Alban lords, the walls of soaring Rome, from here they all began. Tell me, Muse, why it happened. What offense, what painful insult led the Queen of Heaven to drive a man renowned for faithfulness through such ordeals, such endless miseries? Do gods have so much anger in their hearts? Okay, I like it. So I've got the Aeneid to read, so I've had the advanced copy here, and I have shamefully ignored it. Even though I read Homer's Odyssey, or Homer's Iliad every June, and I read Homer's Odyssey every August, and for decades I have had bookish friends tell me, well, the obvious thing for you to do is read Virgil's Aeneid in July. That's the obvious thing to do. Why don't you do that? I don't have an excuse. I don't have a reason for that. I love Homer a lot more than I love Virgil, but that's no excuse. The Aeneid is still worth reading every year. Yeah, I don't read the Aeneid every year, not religiously, and I don't read Divine Comedy every year either. So, but anyway, I will read this. I will get to it. I would say tonight, but Norton also sent a box, and that that could take precedence. Whatever's in here could take precedence over Virgil. So let's see how much trouble are you going to be? If I wanted to be trouble, Henry, how much trouble could I be? Okay, no, this is not actually going to open, so I am going to have to rip this to pieces. I'm just going to have to rip the whole box to 2 pieces because it has been sealed for a trip to the outer part of the solar system instead of to a human being on Earth. It's been shipped from Alpha Centauri. Okay, so I got the book out. Oh no. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh my. Okay, I am going to inflict this elsewhere, I think. This is by Julia Cagé and Thomas Piketty, translated by Stephen Rendell, and this is A History of Political Conflict, Elections and Social Inequalities in France from 1789 to 2022. Big, hefty thing from the Belknap Press of Harvard University Press. So this isn't from Norton. They must have been just using a box. So I want to turn immediately to Emmanuel Macron. There he is. He's got a dozen entries in here. So the time frame of the book starts in 1789, but Emmanuel Macron has dozens of entries. I forget which of these 2 has been and is perhaps still his lover. No idea, but this is a big, heavy thing, lots and lots of footnotes, and I have a feeling that it would be happier in the upper Midwest. so there you go. That is the bit of mail on a day that started out boiling hot and is still boiling hot. Just no little heat sensitive dog here in the place. There's no even thought of not having the AC unit on. I don't think I would want it on myself, even as hot as this is. I don't think I would want it on myself if not for her, but there's no thought of turning it off. Weather forecasts have been a little bit dodgy on what is going to happen this afternoon and tonight. Ordinarily, when you're going to have a 20 degree drop in temperature and a corresponding drop in humidity, that's going to happen with a string of thunderstorms. And it is clouding over, but I don't know that it doesn't feel like there's any rain coming. But anyway, there is some mail for today. So we have A History of Political Conflict. We have a new translation of Virgil's Aeneid. We have The Midnight Shift, an English language translation of a best-selling Korean novel about a vampire. We have Between Two Rivers, a short but maybe ambitious history of Mesopotamia. We have A Dark and Deadly Journey, the latest in an ongoing series of historical murder mysteries. And finally, Dusk by Robbie Arnott, about 2 twins who hunt a cougar in the wild. And once again, that is our author. So, a little bit of mail for you. I should have left all of this unopened. I am long since past now the whole food for thought thing, so I should have just left it all unopened. I'll try to remember to do that, but sometimes the impulsivity gets the best of me. So I'll wrap this up for now, and I'll be back. Thank you, BookTube.